How's everybody doing? This is Marcus from the Bevy, and just trying to get the stream up and running right now. And we're probably gonna wait a little bit for people to show up so that we can start our stream. So let's just hang tight a little bit and see if we can get some people in. I'm just gonna lower some volumes. All right. Hopefully you can hear me, and if you are in the stream, type something in the chat, say hello, let me know that you are with me and you can hear me. And if for some reason we don't get many people to show up, just checking this right now, if we don't get too many people to show up, there's some questions that I can answer. Earlier today I posted on a Reddit forum, Ask Me Anything forum. Some people got a little upset about me posting in that forum. I'll show you that. It's kind of funny. Something you should know is if you ever post on Reddit, it's almost impossible to not get some trolls or some people upset with whatever you're doing. Everyone on Reddit knows that you're eventually going to get banned from some subreddit for some stupid reason or whatever. People got a lot to say on Reddit, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. I always try to make some, sarcastic comment to kind of just let people know that Reddit's not that serious. It's just not that serious to get upset about little things like that. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit until we get a few more people in here. And like I said, when you show up, say hello in the chat so I know you're in there, and I'm going to go about answering whatever questions you have tonight about getting started on OnlyFans. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is somewhat to consolidate all the questions I do get. I get questions pretty much all week long, and the questions that I get from Bevy models, which means the models that signed up to OnlyFans or AVN stars through one of our links, those questions I'll answer as soon as I can. As soon as I get them, I'm going to answer right away. And I'm going to usually direct message the person. If they sign up and we're in communication, they have my personal email. Some of them have even my personal phone number. So they can message me 24 hours a day and I'll answer their questions. Or, if I don't have the answer to the questions, I'll work with them to sort out what the problem is. Something that happens with OnlyFans is that they're constantly changing their user interface or how their features and functions work. And so I don't always have the answers because I don't always know when they change something. So like that's come up a lot recently. I mean, this is like a lot of people are having problems right now getting verified and approved on OnlyFans. And so I made a video on how I got approved. I opened a new account just to go through the process again, and then I documented it, and I used quick verification, which is the quick verification, I guess that's what they call it, the quick verification for approval is like this little button they added that you click, and it goes through this whole facial recognition thing. And I was rejected like 10 times leading up to that, and then I used that one feature, and all of a sudden it worked right away. So I documented that, and then some people said it was working, and then I got some comments on that video that option wasn't available anymore. So it's stuff like that that changes, and I can't really know that something like that has changed unless people let us know. So that's why I think it's important to have a community of people who are interacting with each other, people who are communicating and working together to make money on that platform. OnlyFans right now is super popular, and that's good and bad. Like, one of the good things about it is that that everyone knows that it exists, and so they're willing to go there and put their credit card on their account and actually spend money on models, and that's a positive thing. One of the bad things is there's tons of competition, and the other bad thing is even before OnlyFans blew up, their customer service was kind of crap, and it's pretty bad now. Like, you can message them, and I've had them get back to me in 24 hours. I've also had moments where I've sent them a question and they didn't get back to me for like a week and a half. So, if you're part of a community, whether that's a Reddit community or our community or even just on this YouTube channel, you can discuss what's going on when you have problems, and there might be other people that have found ways around it, or I might already know how to get around it because of other models that I have worked with that have gone through it. So it's just important. A lot of people in this industry tend to be super competitive, and I just don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I have people attacking me all the time on Reddit and thinking that I'm trying to scam people and all these things. So, one of the reasons that I like to do the videos and provide some free content. I mean, almost all my content is free, basically, is because I want people to know that I'm in the game with them and not someone that's just trying to, I don't know, scam them out of something. Everyone is so freaking used to being scammed. I've had people attack me in forums saying that I was trying to steal their account information and all this stuff with absolutely no reasoning to think that. Like, and I can go into those stories at some point if we want, but I do want to connect with the community and give them a place where they can ask questions. I thought about doing this live stream format every Saturday night at midnight to give people to come to ask questions that are either my models, meaning they signed up to the Bevy, or they signed up to OnlyFans or AVN with the Bevy links, or if they're not part of that system, they can still come in and ask questions, and I'll do what I can to answer them. What gets hard is when I get messages from Reddit, from YouTube, from my website, from AVN, from all over these different Twitter, and people ask questions all the time, and I want to answer them, but sometimes I'm stuck busy with my models, and they always take priority. So, um, it's a benefit that you would have if you signed up with us. And I also get people who say, "Well, why would I sign up with you?" And it's like, if you don't feel you have any questions, or you know how to do everything, and you know how to market yourself, and how to take good pictures, and what gear to use, and all that stuff, if you have all that, like, you don't need to sign up with anyone. When you do sign up with anyone, this is the craziest part, is you don't lose any money. So you're almost shooting yourself in the foot by not signing up with someone. There's a few people, I think, that do what I do. I do my best not to look at what the competition is doing, and some people might say that's a good thing. Some people might say that's a bad thing. Me personally, I don't want to be compared. Like, I just don't care what others are doing. I have so many ideas on things that I want to do that I just don't need the external, influence to alter what I'm going to do because what someone else is doing. But that's just a whole nother discussion. But anyway, when you sign up with someone, what that means is you use someone's referral link to sign up. Some models do this where they'll do some type of mentorship, and another model will sign up using their link. And what you get as a model is you don't lose any money. OnlyFans, if you don't know already, when you work on the OnlyFans platform or AVN platform or any other platform, they take a percentage. They're going to take 20% of all your earnings, and you get 80%. Now, if you signed up with someone who referred you, such as the Bevy VIP, we get 5% of what you earn. That's taken out of the 20% that's already being taken from you. So you're basically allowing us to get 5% out of the 20% that you're already losing. You don't lose anything else. You don't lose 25%. You don't lose anything more. And so it's kind of funny that people are reluctant to sign up with either us or with a friend or someone else that has helped them along the way or helped them get started because you're you know these people such as the Bevy, we only make our money off of models who are successful that signed up with us. So I don't want to go too far into that because it becomes this whole long discussion, but there is something there. And if you feel you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to get started, you should sign up with someone. We offer a whole bunch of different things. There's on our website, if our apparel shop, if you go to our apparel shop, and I can pull this up, so there's something new on the screen. But if you go to the apparel shop, we have all different type of clothing. The whole point of our clothing shop is to give models reasonably priced, fairly low priced type of apparel that they can wear for their shoots, for their content, and we want to offer it at a very low cost. Now, I will say that our shipping times are very slow, and that's because to keep our prices down and to ship most of our items from China, it does take some time. It could take a few weeks. So this isn't something where, don't think of it like Amazon, like you're just going to go on there and, order something and have it at your door the next day. Don't think of it like that. Think of it like items you're going to buy over time that will be mailed to you, that you'll have for new photo shoots and to keep your items fresh. I mean, your content fresh, and always have something new to wear to show to your fans. So that's that's actually a really good to take advantage of. And what you get if you sign up with us is you get a discount. I think we give 25% off for a lifetime on everything that's in our store. So that's kind of a bonus. There's a bunch of other bonuses if you have issues with your imagery, like you can't get your profile image looking good and you want to edit it. We'll do that stuff for you. It takes us very little time. I did a whole video on that and on how to make a good profile image and what the banner sizes is. And if you don't have like editing capabilities, that's stuff we do for you, little things like that. And then, like I said, we give you 24-hour support. We also put you in our rotation on our OnlyFans and AVN subreddits. So they're promo things. You still have to promote on the bigger subreddits that have like, 500,000 followers, but we get to put you in the cycle on an auto feed so that your images will be advertising on our feeds, every day. So there's just like a bunch of little things, and you can go to our website and check out any of the things we offer. To models who sign up with us, it's pretty much a win-win for you. You don't lose any money, and you get support. I don't understand why people get upset about that. But so earlier today, let's just go into. I'm just gonna keep ranting here until questions come in, or if questions actually come in. One of the things I did earlier, and this is gonna make some people laugh. So I went on Reddit, Ask Me Anything. Now, one of the things about this community, and we can look at the rules, is there's two rules. Ask Me Anything posters must answer questions in their threads, right? Bigotry will not be tolerated. So I knew that it was going to be a little risky writing in this this right here, which is, Ask Me Anything about OnlyFans. And I put this up as a, I don't want to say an advertisement, but it's just like a place that people can come to ask questions. And I wanted questions for the stream, which I did right now. And so I did get some questions. I got this question here, which I literally can talk about for hours. So I'm going to go through some of this for this Redditor. And then I did give an answer. As you see, I did give an answer. It's not the best answer, but I can write a book on answering these questions. And then another question we got, which I'll answer that. And then someone came in and they just felt so compelled to say, you literally on Ask Me Anything, why do you feel the need to advertise a YouTube stream instead of giving us the answers right here? So I kind of made a sarcastic comment, which is kind of funny. So I am obviously going to answer all the questions on here, but I just thought it would be a good option to give people a place to go and write their questions live and get a response. So obviously they're a little upset with me on that. But anyway, we can answer these questions in a minute. What I did is because I wasn't sure if anyone was going to even ask any questions. So what I did is I came up with, and that's what you see on the screen, this kind of like slideshow of questions that I could answer. Let's see, where are they? So I wouldn't say they're questions I can answer, but they're like topics that I could talk about if I had no questions to answer. The first topic would obviously be, full transparency about who is the Bevy and why are we doing this free webinar. And I kind of answered that a few minutes ago about, how I'm trying to consolidate all my questions that I'm getting into one area. Which, if this goes well, then I'll do them on Saturday nights at midnight, and that's West Coast time in the United States. So you'd have to do some math to figure out what time it is by you. But there's two basic reasons. One is to consolidate all the questions. I guess there's three big reasons. Consolidate my questions. Two, to know what kind of content to make for things that people are struggling with. And then the third is, we're always looking for new models to sign up with us and get all the benefits of that. So I'm not going to lie that is one of our things we want is new models. They have to fit certain parameters. We have two tiers of our models, but we can talk about that later. We're also going to talk about what you need to be successful on OnlyFans. A lot of people think you can just sign up, maybe take your clothes off or something, and all of a sudden you're going to make $1 million. That's just not true. So we could talk about the sign up account verification process. Once again, I already kind of talked about that a little bit. The first steps, which you should do right after you open your account and get verified. And then I could talk about the Bevy Model Levels, which if there's people interested in what that's about, we can discuss that. And then, the live question and answer, which would be your questions answered right now live. So, there's a lot of those things, but we could go to this questions that I was asked in the Ask Me Anything forum that people are upset about. The first one I will answer second because I think this person is gonna possibly pop into the chat. And if if you ask those questions on Reddit that you want me to answer, when you get to the room, just make sure you say hello in the chat so I know you're here and I'll address them. But I am gonna ask this question by Dazzling Driver, which is why OnlyFans? We can pull this up here. So this question right here, why is OnlyFans so popular with consumers? Is there an insanely high churn? So I'm not exactly sure if this is slang or what churn means, but I can talk a little bit about why OnlyFans is so popular. I actually don't know why OnlyFans is so popular. If you've watched, read any of the things that I've written before at the early stages when I first started getting into OnlyFans, I was not a big fan of many things that OnlyFans was doing. Not only I didn't like their user interface, I didn't like the way their website worked. I didn't like so many things about them. They also are known for, maybe it's not so bad now, but they have screwed over some models and not paid them out. Some models have had their accounts closed for what is apparently, no reason that they can understand why their account was closed. Their customer service sucks. I can go on and on. They changed the rules for what referrals can make. They changed the rules on how much you can make in the beginning off of like specific posts. So there's so many new rules and they're always changing it. But why is everyone on it then? Like when I started looking at AVN Stars, I was amazed. I really think their platform is amazing. But here's the problem, is that if a platform is the leading industry platform, that's where everyone's going to go. And that's where everyone's going to trust. And that's basically what is going to dictate the industry. Now, if you think about this, like, well, why is everyone on Facebook? Like, I also think Facebook is a piece of shit platform. But guarantee all you guys are on Facebook. Anyone that I freaking know is on Facebook. And, there was a time, this might even be before many of your time, but there was a time where there was also MySpace and Facebook. MySpace is completely obsolete. Why did Facebook take off? Is it marketing? It can't be because of how well their system works. It could have to do with their algorithms and whatnot. It's hard to say why one platform becomes the main platform for that time. I just really don't know why OnlyFans is so popular. But it's like a snowball effect. But because it's popular, it's easier to get traffic. Because it's easier to get traffic on there, more models are signing up. And then more models become successful on there. And then it becomes this thing because then now more people are on there. If you look at the subreddits, for different, um, if you look at the differences between the subreddits for OnlyFans, there's like tons of them, and they have like millions of people on them. And then you look at the subreddits for promoting AVN stars, there's maybe three. I think we have one, the top one, and then there's two others, and there's a few thousand people on those. So it's a huge difference. I don't know why. Maybe it's slowly going to switch over to AVN. AVN is, if you look at the model that they were giving, AVN is geared more towards adult entertainers, porn stars, and a lot of fetish stuff is on AVN. On OnlyFans, initially OnlyFans wasn't a platform for adult content. It was for anything. It was for like yoga teachers, instructors, stuff like that. And then the adult industry kind of took it over, and it became really popular on that. So it's just so popular. I don't know why it's so popular. I can't give you a reason. And I think their marketing sucks. I think there's so many things about them as a company that sucks, yet they're the industry standard. And if you're a new model and you want the easiest route to making some money, it's going to be on OnlyFans. I mean, I would love to say that you should go to AVN, and I do tell people to go to AVN, obviously, because I'm trying to build that platform with that company. But you're just going to struggle. You're just not going to have the same traffic that you will have on OnlyFans. So once again, it's that snowball effect that everyone's on OnlyFans because of that. People trust putting their credit card. Think about it too. If you're a consumer and you're going to put your credit card somewhere to start paying someone money, you're going to feel more safe putting your credit card on a site that everyone's using than on some maybe not so popular site or a site that you've never heard of. So it just kind of like becomes a snowball effect. As far as churn, man, what does that mean? Does anybody know what churn means? Does it mean a turnover rate? I mean, yeah, there's tons of turnover. I mean, we get every few months we might have a few hundred or 50 to 100 new signups on OnlyFans. Out of those, maybe one or two actually puts the work in they need to do to be successful. And then out of that, you have, I don't know, some people maybe do it for a few months and then they give up on it because they realize it's a lot of work. If you think that starting an OnlyFans is going to be easy and you're just going to put a few pictures up there and all of a sudden make all this money, you're going to be surprised, because that's not the case at all. OnlyFans is difficult. It's easier than any of the others, but it's not easy. You're going to need to put your time in, and you're going to need to learn a bunch of things, and you're going to need to learn how to promote and how to make new content. And I guess that kind of goes into what I was saying about hold on one second. What I was saying here about what you need to be successful. We can actually scroll to that slide. So dedication and persistence. You're going to need to be persistent. What that means is that you're going to post sometimes and no one's going to give a shit. No one's going to care. But you're going to have to keep posting, and you have to keep making content. You're going to create an environment that your profile, your page is an environment. It's a place to be. It's a place you want people to go to for whatever it is you're offering. So persistence and dedication, constantly going on there, checking in with fans, posting new content, promoting yourself. I mean, it takes a lot of time, so you need to do that. You're also going to do better if you have what can be considered a good look. Now, that's, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I always say that anyone can make it on OnlyFans, but not everyone will. And the reason I say that is because it's going to come down to your look, but it's also going to come down to your work ethic and the methods you use to promote yourself. So a good look is important. Now, a good look to me might not be a good look to the next guy, might not be, there's someone for everyone in this world. And if you go on any of the porn sites, you'll see that there's, skinny people, big people, all different sexual orientations, all different kinks. So you can be anyone and be on the platform. But if you're in a certain niche that is not the most popular, you're going to have to find your traffic somewhere different. In other words, you're not going to, if you're a 50-year-old woman who's like, is into foot fetish and has posts feet pics, you're not going to go on, you know, our college on Reddit, and that's not going to be your audience to promote to. Whereas if you're a college student, you can just go on there and post a cute picture of yourself, and all of a sudden you're going to get like a few hundred likes in like a number of minutes. So it's a good look. What I say, but what I mean by good look is not necessarily really what you look like, but that you have a look and you have a certain target that you can go after. You're also going to have to build an attitude that fits that persona. The number one thing about attitude is what is it that you want to portray. Same thing like persona. Like you need a persona. Now your persona could be actually who you are in your day-to-day life, but without a persona, you have nothing to sell, let's say, or nothing to present that others could be a part of. So, or want to be a part of. So you need to have a persona, a concept of who you are, what your kinks are, what your likes are, what your dislikes are. And a good attitude is, you know, I'm a person who likes positive people, so I really don't like a lot of these bitchy models. There's tons of them out there, but there's also a demographic for that. Like, there's a lot of bitchy models who get a bunch of guys who are like submissive guys or whatever, and they want to submit to a bitchy model. Fair enough. That's if that becomes your attitude, then that becomes who you're marketing to. So you need to figure that out. Now, I think that that's a lot harder because it's, once again, the more specific you get in your kinks and what you like, the less easy it is going to be to build a following because you have to locate where those people are. So the same thing, like let's say if you're a model who wants to do footwork, foot pics, and the only reason why you actually want to do foot pics is not because you have a foot fetish or into foot fetishes, but because you don't want to show anything but your feet, then you need to learn what foot fetish is about. You need to learn what kind of people are into it, what they like, what the little intricacies of that corner of the kink world you're getting into. Like, I mean, I know this sounds so basic, but I see a lot of models who are like, I'm just gonna do this, and they don't even know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what that part of the industry is all about. And I mean, you could see that with all the brat stuff that's out there now. And I'm not even gonna go into that because that's like a whole lecture on what it means to be a brat and what the word brat or the term brat means in the BDSM communities. People are a bit mistaken. But anyway, you're going to need, let's keep moving. I don't want to rant too much. Once again, if you're coming in late, just popping in to say hello in the chat and write me a question if you have one. Otherwise, you can listen to me rant through these topics for a little bit longer. I think we're going to go for about an hour today. And I'll probably have this on a restream so that people can watch it if they weren't awake to catch it at midnight. So we're about 28 minutes in, ironically enough. But let's keep moving. So you're going to need a mid to high quality camera phone. I do see a lot of people who have older phones that'll send me pictures to assess, and they're super gritty, super grainy. I mean, you can use it to start, but just know that it's not going to work in the long term. I mean, if you look at your, like I said, it's a highly competitive area, so, or highly competitive market. There's so many people out there with these like brand new cameras, and the cameras these days, if you have an iPhone, that's going to take such good pictures. It's pretty amazing. So you got, if you have like really good women with, or men, it doesn't have to be women, but women or men with a really good camera, and let's say you're not exactly as good looking as them, and you don't have a good camera, like you're just basically setting yourself up for failure. So you want to have the tools in place in order to make yourself successful. I'm not saying you need them from day one. I'm actually someone who says just get started right now and you can build and change and progress over time. But you need to know that these are the steps, the goals you're going for. So yeah, webcam or camera phone. You obviously can do a lot of webcam or video stuff with your phone, but a webcam is really good. You know, I think on my website, I know on my website we have an article about that, about which webcam to use. You're going to need a high def webcam, and it's going to be a big thing. So you want to make sure that your equipment is at some point going to be the like high end equipment. It doesn't have to be like super expensive. The stuff's cheap these days. You're also going to need some lights, or make sure you're shooting in a well lit area. A lot of times, the grittiness of your photos will not be because your camera's crap. It could be because your light is crap. So you need a good amount of light. I had one model a number of months back who didn't have a good phone yet, a good camera phone, or just didn't like the way her camera phone was working. So she took all her pictures outside, and so she had to find like outdoor locations that were private enough for her to take pictures. And she just liked the way the outdoor lighting looked on her skin and made her skin look, and that's great. So that's something you're gonna have to pay attention to. You're gonna need a few sexy outfits. I know that a lot of people on OnlyFans are there for, you know, not safe for work or adult content, but one of the greatest things about outfits is you get to post those type of pictures as teaser pictures, which are free. They get people in, and it gives them something to see when you're actually not wearing clothes, right? It's like that idea of like, if you show everything from the start, then what are people gonna pay you for, you know? So it's good to have some outfits that are good, that are sexy. They also will help you posting on larger social media platforms besides Reddit, like Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's a little more lenient. Instagram isn't. Things can't be too sexual. Instagram and Facebook are the same, so they'll ban you right away. I've been banned so many times. That's why our Instagram, if you've checked out our Instagram or our Twitter account, we don't have many people on there, is because every time I get that up and running and steaming and get a bunch of followers, eventually I get banned. So I got to create a new one. It's kind of hard to manage some of those accounts when they're, when you're doing stuff that could be considered provocative or adult content type stuff. So yeah, that's something you're gonna need to kind of get used to, and don't get too upset if your accounts get banned. That's why it's also good to have a central location, so that, like, what I mean by a central location is a place that your content can live outside of the what am I trying to say? I guess I'm trying to say is, let's say you have a Reddit account, you probably won't get banned from a Reddit account. So that's a pretty good central location. And then you have your Instagram and your Twitter, and then you have your OnlyFans. Well, if people know that they can find you on Reddit, then they know if your Instagram or your Twitter account or your OnlyFans account gets banned, they can find you still. Like, you always want to have one neutral location. Reddit is not the place that won't ever ban anyone, but it's pretty hard to get fully banned on Reddit. You might get banned from endless subreddits. I mean, that's something I get banned on all the time. People kick me out of their subreddits all the time, which is just because I'm actually promoting services and promoting models, and a lot of the Reddit subreddits, they don't want you promoting anything. Everyone wants everything for free on Reddit. It's kind of ridiculous. So, the place you are safe on Reddit. Geez, I keep talking about Reddit, but Reddit is going to be a huge look. It's the next thing in my list here. After cute outfits, I actually have a Reddit account. Reddit is going to be your number one source of traffic. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, I don't care what kinks you have or non-kinks, or if you're not using Reddit, you're once again shooting yourself in the foot. You're losing so much traffic. I would go as far to say that if all you ever did was have Reddit and your OnlyFans, you could still be successful. That's really the two things you need. Obviously, Twitter and Instagram are going to be important. Twitter will allow you to post a little more risky content. I'm pretty sure you can even post nude stuff on Twitter, but Instagram won't. Instagram will ban your ass, so don't get too crazy on Instagram. But like I said, if you had some cute outfits, what you're doing with Instagram, it's like the funnel system, and I have videos about this. If you go to the playlist in our channel on our YouTube page, there's videos about this, how you can use Reddit and Twitter as your kind of like your surface stuff. It's like you in cute outfits. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be you doing a photo shoot. It could be you going to the store, you sitting in your car, all those type of basic mundane things, the things that are day to day, which people love to see. People want, because the difference between you and a porn star, I also did a video on this, but the difference between you and like just a regular porn star, even an actress, is that you're offering people instant connection. Like you can interact with them. They can directly interact with you, and that's huge. And so if you have your Twitter and your Instagram page, and what those things are is just showing your day-to-day routines, maybe what you're going to wear in the morning, maybe a picture of you in a towel as you come out of the shower, ideas like that. And then that gets them to say, oh, I want to check out their OnlyFans. And then they go to their OnlyFans. Those same images are there, so they get recognition. But then there's other images there. Like, let's say you have a picture of you wearing an outfit or a towel on Instagram. You then direct them to your OnlyFans. And on your OnlyFans is that same picture with a tip or a price for that same exact image, except you are no longer wearing those items. So those are the ways you're going to build funnels. You can use it on Reddit the same way. Reddit, you can go a little further because there's a lot of not safe for work or adult content subreddits, and then you can take them in a different direction. But that's going to be the way that you're going to mostly channel that stuff. And as I go through that and speak about that, it actually, let's see. So if we pull up this other question, this is a great question. It's an extremely difficult question to answer, but general advice on how to grow and get more subs. I mean, I kind of touched on some of those concepts there, right? This person is still trying to figure right content that would attract people. What version should we use? Pay-per-view, monthly subs, or free sub and paid content. So, I mean, literally could talk about this for hours. And everyone's going to have a different opinion. And when you talk to different people, they're going to tell you, this is the best way. And so you're going to have to try it out. Depends on who you are, what you look like, what type of content you want to create. It's always going to be a balance between what you want and what your subs, what they want to see, right? I never say to allow your subs to dictate what your content is, but I will say that you can pick and choose. You can guide your followers into the type of content you want. And the question of whether or not you should do pay-per-view, monthly subs, free sub, and paid content, the easiest when you start out. 1 second, take a sip of my whiskey. I'm having whiskey. Is anybody having anything tonight? It's Saturday night. Anyway, the easiest way is you want to have a free account at first. And on a free account on OnlyFans, you can also have paid content. It's not that everything is free. But if you have your subscription set for free, that's going to get your traffic there. Because when you advertise for it, promote for it, you're always, you say that your account is free. And people are going to come check you out. What I would do when I start with a model is the first step is to get as much content up there as possible. You need at least 10 images or 10 pieces of content, 10 posts, whether they're images or audio or video. 20 is better. Once you get that, you need to choose some things that are, and you want to keep your account free. You want to choose some things that are considered teaser content, which are free, and some locked content that is paid for through tips or through, whatever means OnlyFans is using right now. I know that sounds a little vague, but man, they've changed it so many times. It's like I'm afraid to say how to exactly do it because then they change it and then people are like, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let's go back to it. Free content or free subscription. From there, you build those free subs. You interact with those people and you build a community. You promote on Reddit. You get the people to go from Reddit to your free account. They then follow you. You then start to offer paid stuff where they need to pay for a little more. They need to pay for more nudes or specific stuff. You offer services that are like custom content for people interacting with you, messages, All that stuff is premium. You consider that premium, and all your teaser stuff is free. Okay. Then, if you build that to such a high amount, you then can switch over to subscription. Now, this whole process of going free, free with paid content to subscription, and even on subscription, you need some free content on your page, is because that can literally a month and a half, you can do that. We did it with one of my more successful models. I mean, we had the first month was like a few $1,000s she made, and then we switched it over, and then you're gonna lose a certain amount of people, right? When you do the switch, you're gonna kind of like purge all the freeloaders, and that's fine. But the thing about keeping the freeloaders on for that first month is that they're going to be interacting with your page, and that interaction is going to bring up your likes, it's going to make you look more popular and successful, which is going to make other people want to be on that page. And then from there, when you do the switch, what you want to offer is you want to give an offer to the people who have already been subscribing for free, and you want to say, I'm switching over to a subscription based system. This wording is going to be shitty, but say it some way that sounds good. But you're basically telling them you're switching over to a paid subscription. You're going to give them, 2 weeks for free because they're so loyal. You feel grateful that they followed you for so long, and then after that, they'll have an offer, which will be like, $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever it is you want. But I'm telling you right now that if you do not get traffic on your page without a bunch of free content on there, you're not going to get anyone. Because if you look at what someone's page looks like that's locked, it's literally a banner image and your profile image, and they can't see anything else. If I went to someone's page like that, I'm not just giving over $10 a month just to see if I'm into what they're doing. So, yeah, having my opinion on this has never changed. Traffic is key. So if you don't have traffic, your traffic equals money, and the best way to get traffic is to have free stuff. Just make sure you manage what content you decide is free and what is paid. When you shoot your content, make sure every day that you shoot, let's say you're shooting today and you're going to do something, make sure you add something that's free along with the stuff that's paid. And then you want to build the free stuff and at the beginning, you want to have more free, less paid, and then you slowly switch it over. That's my advice on that. And then this person also, continued this question that says, best sites to promote on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr has been pretty dead and have just started to diversify into other promotional sites. So Twitter and Instagram are good ones. Like I said, Instagram, all teaser content, nothing too not safe for work. Twitter can be somewhere in between. I don't use Tumblr anymore. I stopped using Tumblr 5 years ago. So no Tumblr. Reddit's your number one thing. Like I said, if all you ever did was have an OnlyFans and a Reddit, you can be successful, guaranteed. And then the more you branch out to those other platforms, such as Twitter and Instagram, whatever, it's gonna dilute your time. So I wouldn't do that in the beginning. I would literally focus on. You need to hone in on what you're doing. A lot of models bounce around from, oh, this girl said to do this, and then this friend said to do this, and then this person said this, and then I read this article and said, that shit ain't gonna work. Choose one method. Look, you're better off choosing one method and doing it for a month and failing than choosing 10 methods, doing them all for 2 days each and failing at all of them. So if you want to know what I've seen work the most, that's what I'm telling you. Start with free, build free with paid content, then build to a subscription based. If you can't spend a month doing that, then I don't think you're going to be successful. I'm just going to tell you right now. Yeah, that's my honest opinion. And then if you're planning to move off of OnlyFans to AVN, use our links, but that's not why I'm saying that. Get your fans from OnlyFans to go to AVN, and the way you're going to do that is offer them something. Give them an offer. Tell them that you want them to feel like you're moving there not to abandon them, but because that's a better place for you and for them. And so what you want them to know is that, OnlyFans isn't working for you right now, but you love their loyalty and you want to see them go over to AVN. And the way you're going to convince them to do that is by give them some offer. I'll give you 1 month for free. I'll give you discounts or whatever it is. I don't know. You got to come up with all those things and see how they work within the platforms. But That would be my number one advice, is to use those two, Reddit and OnlyFans is your number two things to use. I guess at some point I'm gonna need to go into how to use Reddit, because I keep saying use Reddit, but I'm not really talking about the steps on how to do that. So at some point, I'm gonna put out a video. If you want a video on that, make sure you let me know in my comments. That's gonna be really tough. It literally would be like a few hours long, I think, if I did that. I mean, look at this. Like, I went over just some of the basic things, and we're already 40 minutes into this stream. So those are the main two questions. Now, other questions I had this week. Let's see if I go through my other questions in my comments section. Yeah. So geo blocking, right? I had. So I made a video about geo blocking. First off, if you don't know what geo blocking is, it's hold on, I'm just gonna open this up right quick. Geo blocking is you're gonna pick a region, such as, let's say you're in the United States, and you don't want anyone in the United States to see your content. Well, then you're gonna block United States people from ever seeing your profile. It's a way you can stay safe if you're afraid of people in your area. Now, you can't. It's really difficult to block, let's just say, a state. Like, it's going to be an IP type thing, and that's way more complex. But you can definitely block regions, locations. And the way you do that is if you go to your OnlyFans account. I can actually pull mine up real quick. I'll show this here. Hopefully it won't give away any of my personal information. And then we'll go, if we go to settings, right? And then scroll all the way down to privacy and safety. Right in here, see where it says block by country? You can basically block by country, or you can block by IP address. Now, I made a tutorial about that, and then someone messaged me today that said, let's see, where is that? It said, what the heck did she say? Do you have to have a bank account set up first to do this? I just created an account, but I don't see any security settings. Now, I do know that you don't have to have a bank account in order for that to happen, in order for you to get because this account that I just showed you, my Marcus Bev account, is brand new. I just opened this up. I don't have bank account information in here, but I did get it verified. So it's possible that until you get your verification, some of these options aren't there. If that's the case, then you will need to get verified first, which is like, of course you need to get verified. You should be doing your verification right away, because there's no point in putting any time into it until you're verified. If you're not verified, what the heck are you doing? So get verified right away. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe she's in a region that doesn't have that capability. Why she's telling me that that option isn't in her privacy and safety settings? It's kind of crappy. I would guess it's because she's not verified. But I did message her and ask her, "Are you verified?" And she didn't respond. So I don't even have that option, is what she said. The only thing my privacy says is show activity status. So yeah, see, and this is what I'm saying about like questions people have. Like, they just come up constantly, and if you want me to answer them right away, then just sign up with our links. How did you make your banners? I'm not going to answer that here, but I do have on our channel, I do have a whole, let me pull this up. I have a YouTube video that is about banners. It also gives you, what's going on, Bevy people? This is it right there. So I do have a, yeah, I have a, God, I'm sorry. Maybe the whiskey's getting to me. So I have a YouTube video that explains how to, what banner size to use, what poses to use in those banners, and how to make a good banner. So you want to check that out. Just go to our playlist. It's in there. I also have, so that's that question. What other questions do we have this week? A lot of questions about people not able to get verified. It's pretty crazy. A lot of people are having trouble. And then I had a bunch of AVN questions, but those are the main questions, let's just say, for today. Like I said, if I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna put this replay up so that people can watch it. I mean, right now we're at like 40 something minutes. We're at 50 minutes right now. So that's an hour of time that I would spend sometimes with different models every week who aren't even signed up with us. And if I can do most of my questions on Saturday nights live, then it would probably benefit everyone. So I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Let's see, I probably got banned from that freaking subreddit, but whatever. If you have questions, just ask them in the comments of my videos, even if they're not necessarily related to the video. And that does a few things. One, I see them every day. It also helps my videos out. Like we're still trying to build this community. So liking our videos, subscribing to our channel is all very important to us. It also allows me to keep creating this content. Otherwise, I'll just, I mean, I don't even have to do this. I can just, work with the models I have and just expand them. But I'm trying to create the community so that everyone relies on each other. I help models who are not with us. And then I find certain models for projects that I have coming up. Like I really want models who I can work with on some big projects I have, stuff like I want to do podcasts, I want to do different photo shoots, all different types of stuff that I'm trying to gear up towards for when maybe the pandemic slows up. I want to do more photo shoots and video shoots, but it's just right now it's not the time for it. So I am looking for models. What happens with the models that we get is if you sign up with our links, you get all those benefits. There's a bunch of other benefits too. I mean, I don't even know if we want to go through them right now, but there's a bunch of benefits. Where is it? I know I have it. Yeah. So you get like a 1 hour phone consultation with me. I'm going to talk to you one-on-one, answer all your questions, and that's just if you sign up with our links. I'll edit your banners for you. You get 25% off our apparel shop. I prioritize your questions. And then I add you on the approval list of our Reddits or subreddits, and I can even add you on the auto feed there, so you don't have to post on our Reddits all the time. You can, get some constant advertisement that way. Now, out of those models, so then I choose other models out of the models who just sign up with us as the VIP models. Um, and the benefits you get from that is everything, all those other benefits we just mentioned, but I'll actually work with you one-on-one, meaning like we're going to talk almost every day or every other day, whether that's through emails or on the phone. I'm going to help you develop your processes of how you can work from a day-to-day basis. We're going to come up with creative ideas together of what type of content you should be shooting, what type of content is working. We can look into what type of pictures you've posted that's getting you traffic. We can go deeper into certain subreddits. We can create more of your profile. It's like sort of my making a star type program where I want to take a few really dedicated models that I think fit certain styles and really make them blow up. And then that'll lead into, the opportunities for professional video and photo shoots, including distribution by our company that, we're trying to blow up into. And then I obviously can do all types of image editing for you, whether that's touching up photos or video editing, all that stuff. Could do some more heavier paid promotions too on bigger platforms. I sometimes run ads on Pornhub and all the biggest adult content sites out there. We then put you on our AVN Stars account. We put you on our OnlyFans account. We put you on our Instagram. We put you on our Twitter. You get all the apparel stuff. If we have new apparel that we got coming in that we want to advertise for, maybe I'll ship you some of those items so you can take pictures wearing them. So we have, promotions we can do with them. I mean, there's just so many things. I want to do the podcast and on and on and on and on and on. So there's really a whole bunch of things that we can do together. It's a partnership. If you become a VIP model, it's a partnership. If you just use our links, you're basically allowing us to make some money that doesn't come out of your pocket and allows us to keep creating content to help others, and I'll be there as much as I can for you. And then if you didn't sign up with our links, then it's like you get the least priority. Like I'll help you when I can. I'll do stuff like this, like these free webinars and make videos and stuff, but I just can't really focus on that because it doesn't, I'm not making any money off of it. So we need to focus on the people who want to form partnerships with us and who want to work with us. But anyway, I think that's going to be it. About in an hour. It's almost 1 in the morning. If anyone has any questions, like I said, post them in the comments. That'll help us out. It'll help you out. Man, I didn't go through all of this, but it's fine. You should also connect with us on. If you need any direct answers, send me an email. I'll get to them when I can. I'm not gonna respond to everyone immediately on every day. Come find us on Reddit. It's the Bevy, pretty simple. Twitter and Instagram is TheBevyVIP. Our website is TheBevyVIP.com. We have a whole bunch of stuff on there. You can even find us on OnlyFans. I believe our OnlyFans is TheBevyVIP also. I guess I should look that up for you. I'm not even on my OnlyFans. Yeah, you just come find us there. I'll put all that stuff in the description. But if you have questions, I'd love to answer them as long as we can do it together in a format like this. What I feel like is good about this is it helps you, but it also helps give us exposure and lets people know that we're legit. We're not trying to screw anyone. We're pretty much trying to make money with you. And I didn't really explain how we got into the business, how I did in particular. I'll save that for maybe next Saturday. A little bit of a story of how I got into it and the successes we had early on, the pitfalls I had, how I lost some models through, certain people just didn't like what was going on there. And when I say they didn't like what was going on there, they didn't like what OnlyFans was about. They didn't like what they were doing, and we spent like 2-3 months with them getting them going, and then they gave up. But which is fine, not everyone did. Oh wait, maybe let's see something here. It looks like someone responded. I was just about to leave. Looks like someone made a response to my snarky response. Let's see if they deleted it yet. So I'll show this to you because it's kind of fun. Alright, you're literally relax. So you're saying everyone else on this sub is just a comma whore. Okay, so let's go through this. You're literally on Ask Me Anything. Why do you feel the need to advertise a YouTube stream instead of giving us the answers right here? And I said, relax. You'll get all your answers answered right here after the stream, which is true. Like, not to mention I've already started answering some of those, right? And then I made some sarcastic remark because you gotta kind of jab at these trolls. If it offends you, then see what's interesting about this is like it's so stupid that this person felt the need to make this comment. So I just said, if it offends you that I'm offering a place outside of here to give people the chance to have a live chat with a real human being who isn't just trying to stroke their Reddit karma ego, then go right ahead and block me and report me to the almighty admins. Once you get on Reddit, you'll know what I mean about this almighty admins type comment. Or you could just take advantage of this opportunity and ask a question. And so because trolls, people who, they haven't been like heard or understood in life or something, they feel the need, they need to publicly say their opinion, which no one gives two shits about. So you're saying everyone else on this sub is just a karma whore. So now I could respond and just be like, no, probably just, I don't know, I could say something mean, but I pretty much don't. See, they want this conversation. This is what it's all about to them, and giving them attention is kind of like hilarious to me. So anyway, let's wrap it up for tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend. I wish you all success on OnlyFans and Reddit and AVN. And yeah, if you want to be involved with our community, just interact with us and we'll do our best to help you out. All right. Have a good night, everybody.